Hello, everyone. Welcome to this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News in the Berkshires and beyond. Summer is here, and with the temperatures extremely warm, it's important to stay hydrated and cool, even when enjoying fun entertainment events. For this episode, we'll be focusing on Mass Mocha's Bang on a Can Music Festival, several additional local concerts, and discussing two more Basketball Hall of Famers. Additionally, I will not be doing a movie review for this episode for two reasons. One, I haven't seen any good movies lately. And two, I'll be taking two road trips instead. First, it's time for this episode's trivia question. This episode's question is, how many championships have the Yukon Huskies men's and women's teams combined for? Now, for this episode's local headlines. First, we'll be visiting Mass Mocha in North Adams for their annual Bang on a Can Loud Weekend. According to Mass Mocha's website, quote, "The Bang on a Can Summer Music Festival has transformed Mass Mocha into a genre-bending musical utopia for innovative composers and performers for 24 of our 26 years. Over 3 weeks, every corner of our galleries and outdoor spaces will come alive with performances, workshops, and seminars focused on adventurous new music, culminating in Loud Weekend, when renowned special guests, Bang on a Can faculty, and young players perform throughout Mocha's campus in a series of playful and heady collisions of jazz, classical, rock, and beyond. Fueled by more than 3 decades of marathon concerts, countless world tours, and staged productions, Bang on a Can's Loud Weekend at Mass Mocha is a fully loaded 3-day eclectic super mix of creative, unusual, and experimental music," end quote. There are many bands scheduled to perform, including Percussion, film scorer Reichi Sakamoto, Michael Gordon, David Lang, and many more. The concert is scheduled for July 31st through August 2nd. Tickets are available, but they are selling out fast. To purchase them, visit the website shown here, and please do it quickly. For our next stop, we will be visiting the Berkshire Theater Group for a performance of the play Mousetrap, a timeless classic that has kept audiences on their seat for the over 70 years. Agatha Christie's The Mousetrap is the ultimate whodunit. when a group of strangers becomes snowbound in a remote countryside guest house, a chilling murder sets off a race against time to unmask the culprit. With each guest harboring secrets of their own, suspicion runs high, and everyone is a suspect in this masterfully crafted mystery. Directed by acclaimed director and choreographer Gary McIntyre, whose work in Broadway and regional theater has received widespread recognition, this production brings a compelling vision to the classic mystery. The longest running play in theater history, The Mousetrap remains as captivating today as when it first premiered in London's West End in 1952. Whether you're a longtime Christie fan or a newcomer to the world of classic mysteries, The Mousetrap is an unmissable theatrical experience that will leave you guessing until the very last moment. The play will be running from July 24th through August 17th. It will take place at the Colonial Theater in Pittsfield. For more information, visit the website shown here. For our next story, we'll be staying in Pittsfield for a fascinating event. The first ever Berkshire Community College, or BCC, Fest. BCC, the first community college in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts, is celebrating its 65th anniversary as the Berkshire's Community College, where access to higher education for all is a priority. To celebrate, BCC is hosting its Community Fest on campus, and everyone is invited. During Community Fest, visitors have an opportunity to take a guide of the newly reimagined BCC campus, talk with student and alumni artists in the new Kuzovitsky Arts Gallery, record yourself in the new recording studio, and take a walk down memory lane with an archival display from the new BCC library. The BCC Community Fest will take place on August 16th. It will be held from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the BCC main campus. This event is free for everyone. Parking on BCC's main campus is on a first-come, first-served basis. Handicap sections are in the south and north lots, along East Road, and along the Fire Road. For more information on Community Fest, visit the website shown here. For our next story, we will be heading to the Mahawie Theater in Great Barrington for a couple of events. The first is a concert with singer Roseanne Cash. Roseanne Cash is a composer and singer-songwriter who has earned 4 Grammy Awards and 14 Grammy nominations, among numerous other accolades for songwriting and sound recordings. She is also an author whose 2010 memoir, Composed, garnered widespread praise from critics and landed on the New York Times bestseller list. In addition, she is a music community catalyst who often brings together giants of American roots music for various events, and is a valued voice in documenting modern music history. In 2021, Cass was the first female composer to receive the McDowell Medal, awarded since 1960 to an artist who has made an outstanding contribution to American culture. Cass will be performing on July 23rd. The other show being held is a stand-up show with Paul Reiser. Comedian, actor, television writer, author, and musician Paul Reiser is one of Hollywood's most prolific creators. Voted by Comedy Central as one of the top 100 comedians of all time, Reiser regularly performs sold-out stand-ups at venues nationwide. On the heels of his comedy, The Problem with People, which he produced, wrote, and starred in, alongside Colin Meaney and Jane Levy, Reiser has been involved in many recent projects across a multitude of media formats. Reiser is widely celebrated for his roles in two hit shows for Netflix: Stranger Things, the company's biggest series of all time, which has been reviewed here on WWHEN, and Chuck Lorre's The Comiskey Method, for which he received an Emmy nomination for Outstanding Supporting Actor. He is perhaps most famous for Mad About You, the long-running Emmy, Peabody, and Golden Globe-winning comedy that he starred in with Helen Hunt, which returned as a limited series in 2019. Reiser will be performing on July 25th. For more information, visit the website shown here. Our next stop takes us to the Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival in both Lenox and Beckett for a couple of events. The first is the All Styles Dance Battle. Join Jacob's Pillow for the annual All Styles Dance Battle, where dancers of any style, including festival artists, dancers of the school at Jacob's Pillow, regional artists, and more, will go head-to-head in a battle for first place. Expect explosive energy as tap battlers face off with hip-hop artists, and flamenco takes the floor against contemporary. DJ Buddha Stretch, acclaimed judges, and an MC will hype up the crowd during this not-to-be-missed event. This event is scheduled for August 1st at the Pearls Family Studio at 9 p.m. The other Jacob's Pillow event is Community Day. Everyone is invited to this free, kid-friendly, all ages Friday afternoon event, featuring movement classes, as well as dance-themed children's activities and tours. The outdoor Henry J. Lear stage hosts selected Berkshire region artists for a special one-day-only performance. Tickets to this performance and all Community Day programs are free. Performers are still to be announced. Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival is located on 358 George Carter Road in Beckett. Several of the performance spaces are additionally located in Lenox. For more information on this and all Jacob's Pillow Dance Festival events, visit the website shown here. It's now time for a road trip, and we will actually be visiting two places. The first is just outside of Berkshire County in New York at the Lebanon Valley Speedway. Despite it being located in upstate New York, it actually has some Massachusetts connections. The Lebanon Valley Speedway was built in 1953 by a Massachusetts group consisting of Edward Radke, Robert Scott, and Harold Beitzel on land leased from the Lou Spanier family. The Lebanon Valley Speedway hosts auto racing on Saturday nights throughout the summer. There are 7 racing divisions: big block modifies, small block modifies, sportsman, pro stock, limited sportsman, super stocks, and 4-way cylinder competition. The Speedway also hosts special events such as monster trucks, as well as their Eve of Destruction, this year scheduled for July 15th, which includes a school bus race, trailer race, and demolition derby. This is a popular event that also includes reverse racing, relay racing, truck tug of war, and much more. Lebanon Valley Speedway is located on 1746 Route 20 in West Lebanon, New York. Located about 26 minutes from Pittsfield and 47 minutes from North Adams. For more information, visit the website shown here. Our other episode's road trip takes us to Worcester to visit Polar Park and the Worcester Red Sox, or as they are known as, the Woo Sox. The team is the AAA affiliate of the Boston Red Sox, only started in 2021. They are the next step up to the majors. They used to be known as the Pawtucket Red Sox, which I visited before the move. The team's first games were originally planned for April 2021. However, the start of the AAA season was delayed into May due to the still ongoing COVID pandemic. The team released its debut roster on May 3rd and opened the season on May 4th with a loss against the Buffalo Bisons. Since their debut in 2021, the Woo Sox have never had a losing record, although they have never made the postseason either. Still, anything could happen. Their stadium is Polar Park, and it has been named by several travel magazines as one of the best minor league stadiums in its short time period. Polar Park is located on 100 Madison Street, about 1 hour and 44 minutes from Pittsfield and 2 hours and 10 minutes from North Adams. Visit the website shown here for more information. It's once again time for this episode's Basketball Hall of Fame biographies. For this episode's 2 Hall of Famers, we are going to be focusing on one person who worked behind the scenes for one of the NBA's best teams, and the other is considered one of the greatest women's basketball players ever. They are Mickey Arison and Sue Bird. Mickey Arison is the only member of the 2025 class to be inducted as a contributor, meaning he is honored for his work off the court. Arison is the main owner of the Miami Heat, one of this decade's best NBA teams. Arison first rose to fame in the business world. In 1979, he was named chairman of Carnival Cruises Corporations, one of the world's most well-known cruise lines. So how did he get into basketball? In 1995, Arison was named the new owner of the Miami Heat. Prior to his ownership, the Heat, who had only been around since 1988, had never won a playoff series. Shortly after Arison took over the franchise, he hired famed coach Pat Riley, who had won championships with the Los Angeles Lakers. This hiring inspired the team, and in 1997, they made their first ever trip to the conference finals, losing only to the juggernaut Chicago Bulls. 1997 would be the turning point for the Miami Heat, as they would make repeated playoff appearances. Under Arison's ownership, the Miami Heat have won NBA championships in 2006, 2012, and 2013, with additional finals appearances in 2011, 2014, 2020, and 2023. The Miami Heat went from a young team to a great team in only a matter of years, and Mickey Arison is a major reason why. Our other Hall of Famer is Sue Bird. Bird is one of the greatest women to ever play the sport of basketball. Bird first rose to fame playing for Christ the King Regional School in Queens, New York. In her senior season, the team was undefeated, and Bird was named a high school All-American in 1998. She had her choices of schools, but ultimately chose to play at the University of Connecticut, or UConn. When she arrived at UConn, the program was considered a school on the rise, but only had one national championship. By the time Bird left, UConn began their legacy as the greatest women's sports team ever. Bird led UConn to 2 national championships in 2000 and 2002. The 2002 season was her best. Bird swept every National Collegiate Player of the Year award and led the Huskies to a perfect record. Shortly afterwards, Bird was selected as the first pick in the 2002 WNBA draft by the Seattle Storm, the only team Bird would ever play for in the professionals. Bird's impact was immediate. She was runner-up for Rookie of the Year and led the Storm to the playoffs a year after they had the worst record. Bird would go on to continued success. She was a 13-time WNBA All-Star, an 8-time All-WNBA player, and a 3-time leader in assists. She also won 5 Olympic gold medals with the U.S. women's team. Most importantly, Bird helped lead the Storm to 4 WNBA championships in 2004, 2010, 2018, and 2020. Her last championship was the toughest. It took place in the COVID year, and the WNBA was forced to play in the famous bubble, where no fans were allowed due to the pandemic. When Bird retired in 2022, she was the WNBA's all-time leader in seasons played, games played, minutes played, and assists, most of which she still holds as of this episode. Post-retirement, Bird has been active in broadcasting. Sue Bird's school, UConn, also provides the answer to this episode's trivia question. As a reminder, this episode's question was, how many basketball championships combined do the UConn men's and women's teams have? The answer is 18. The University of Connecticut is the best school for both genders in basketball. The men have won 6 championships, while the women have won 12. Even more amazingly, combined, they have only lost 1 championship game they have ever played in. Only the 2022 UConn women's team could not seal the deal. That ends this episode of Wehry History and Entertainment News in the Berkshires and beyond. If you would like to watch this or any other WWHEN episode again, you can visit PCTV's website shown here, or my YouTube page at RT Wehry. And I want to thank CTSB TV and NBCTC for showing my show on their public access station. Thank you.